Hello everybody, I'm making a basic bread recipe. It's 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, 1 packet, and 2 1/4 cup of warm water to touch, a 1/4 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil, and 5 1/2 to 6 1/2 cups of flour. And then butter for the top. Okay, so we need to dissolve the yeast in the warm water. So there's our yeast. And there's the warm water. So we're going to let this poof. And I'm probably going to add a little bit of sugar to set it off. And a pinch of sugar. So we're going to take a pinch and put that in and re-stir that. And then we're going to let that sit and poof, and then I will bring you back. It's getting poofy. You can see the bubbles, and it sat for approximately 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to put this into the mixer. And I'm going to put my dough hook on here. I'm going to put the sugar, the salt, and that's Himalayan pink salt, and the oil, and 4 cups of the flour. Just get that last little bit of that. So 4 cups of flour. And I'm going to put my dough hook on here and get this started, but I'm not going to keep you on the camera. So let me get this mixed and I'll bring you back. I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of flour at a time till it's light and fluffy. And a smooth ball. And I'll bring you back until we reach that process. That's weird. Okay guys, this has come together. It took a 3/4 cup more of flour, and I'm going to let this knead for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put it in a grease bowl, which I have right there, and I'm going to cover it, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to go to the next step. Okay, the 5 minutes went off. I had it on the timer, so it's very elasticy, and I'm going to get it off the dough hook. And it's very soft dough. The directions could not have been right, or maybe my flour was off, but it took more than what I suggested, 3/4 cup more, until it came together without being sticky. And it's still a little sticky, but it's not going to stick to your hands. So there we've got it. I'm going to transfer it to this bowl, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'll bring you back. It's a nice dough. It's sticky, and I turned it over in the oil. Now I'm going to cover it with a tea towel, and I'm going to let it double in size. This could take an hour, hour and a half, or up to 2 hours, but I'm just going to leave it right there and let it double in size. It's 10:24 now, so when it doubles in size, I have to punch it down, and then I have to divide the dough. Okay, I've punched this down. It's risen for 2 hours. I'm going to separate this, and I'm going to roll it up and put it into them 2 pans and let it re-rise. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And what I'll do is I'll separate it, get it in the pans, cover it, and bring you back. Okay, we've got 2 of the breads, and they're rolled over, and the seam is on the bottom. I'm going to take my tea towel and cover them and let them re-rise. This is going to take a couple of hours because it's really cold here where I live, so I'm just going to let them rise until I'm ready to bake. Okay, this is risen, and I'm going to put it into a 375 oven, and I'm going to bake this off for 30 to 35 minutes, right there. And this one didn't rise as much, but that's okay because this one made up for it. But it's been a cold day here, so I'm going to put it in for 30-35 minutes, and I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, I let this cook for exactly 30 minutes, and when you tap it on there, it's done. So we're going to take this 1 tablespoon of butter, and we are going to melt the top. You don't need the whole thing, just enough to melt it and soften the crust. And this bread yields 2 loaves. And the other one did pop back up, so it worked fine. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the recipe. Let me know what you think. Bye-bye.